shift, and it no longer backs Pakistan on Kashmir or terrorism like it used to before. On the issue of Kashmir, Saudi Arabia has started abstaining on these votes. If Pakistan tries to bring the issue at UN or OIC, Saudi Arabia has been abstaining from these votes, clearly signaling a shift towards India. Which essentially means Saudi Arabia doesn't want to interfere. It wants India-Pakistan to handle it bilaterally. And that is a big win for India. Then Saudi Arabia has even condemned acts of terrorism after Uri attacks, after Pulwama and after Pahalgam. Saudi Arabia has openly condemned these attacks. Don't forget, when the Pahalgam attack happened, Prime Minister Modi was carrying out a very important visit to Saudi Arabia. He was in Jeddah, meeting Crown Prince MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. And the Saudi regime was categorically critical of the terrorist attack and stood with India, backed India's efforts against fighting terrorism. This shift which we have seen is very, very critical. They are no longer backing Pakistan on Kashmir or terrorism. If you take, for example, in 2010 to 2012 period, India was hunting few terrorists hiding in these countries who were backed by Pakistan. One of the terrorists, Abu Jundal, was involved in the 26/11 Mumbai attacks. He was hiding in West Asia, in Saudi Arabia to be specific. He was one of the handlers of the Mumbai attacks. When India raised this issue with Saudi Arabia following the Riyadh Declaration, Saudi Arabia fully cooperated with India, assisted the Indian intelligence and law enforcement agencies to detain Abu Jundal and extradited him to India to face justice in the country. The counter-terror cooperation has improved. Defense cooperation has gone up. Military exercises are being conducted today between India and Saudi. Both countries are setting up a $100 billion fund with Saudi investment to focus on technology, innovation, startups, research and development. That is how the relationship has transformed between India and Saudi, whereas Pakistan has been isolated. The same story holds with UAE as well, because UAE often follows the policy approach of Saudi Arabia. UAE has always been a close ally and supporter of Pakistan, but we see a major shift happen in the policy of UAE post 2010. Again, the Mumbai attacks was a turning point, a subtle Western pressure on these countries to work with India. And also they saw India as a very lucrative market, as an investment destination. They realized India is a strategic partner. So UAE shifted its policy as well. In 2017, India-UAE elevated the relationship to the strategic partnership level with close relations in counter-terrorism, defense, intelligence sharing. And we have important military exercises as well with each other today. We have joint defense projects that are going on. We are collaborating in the field of space, nuclear energy, artificial intelligence. India's UPI has been extended to UAE. UAE is one of India's largest trading partner. If you take all the trading partners of India, just the countries, excluding European Union, UAE happens to be the third largest trading partner of India and one of the biggest investors in India. We have signed a free trade agreement, a comprehensive economic cooperation agreement was signed recently in 2022, which has already become operational. So the ties have really transformed between the two countries, and UAE played a critical role in helping India to detain several Lashkar and Indian Mujahideen terrorists who are operating in the country with the help of Pakistan. So this is a big shift, because let's say in 1990s, early 2000, UAE would never support India like this. On the issue of Kashmir, UAE would always vote against India to support Pakistan, but now they are completely neutral on this. They abstain from these votes. After India revoked the special status of J&K to Article 370, and Pakistan and China tried to bring it at United Nations, countries like UAE and Saudi Arabia abstained from those votes, calling it an internal matter of India. When Pakistan tried to raise the anti-CAA protests at the UN and OIC, even then UAE, Saudi Arabia, both of them abstained from those votes, calling it an internal matter of India. In 1990s, if you remember,